Hello and welcome to our 30th session on this obstacle course game. And in this session, we are going to discuss about how to maintain score, and when a particular event happens, how to increment the score, add or subtract the score. This we are going to explore it in this session. So, right now the concept in our play is the player is moving, and whenever the player goes and hits any of the obstacle, any of the wall, the score has to increase by 1. It should say that you have hit it 1 time, you have hit it 2 times, you have to hit it 3 times. So, whenever this collision happens, you require a score board to start recording that score and display it to us. So, for this reason, actually the very first job, I am going to give you a challenge. So, to prepare for the score feedback, I want you to first create a C# script and call this C# script as scoresr. We are going to create a new script and we are going to call it as scoresr. Then you have to create a new OncollisionEnter method in this scoresr, and then you, when he hits something, you have to print to the console you have bumped into the walls so many times. So, you have to provide this information. How are you going to do it? Can you try it on yourself? Just give it a try. At least prepare the script and attach it to the player. Okay. If you have successfully done this, congratulations, you have already got the concept. Now, if you have not done it, let us see how we can do this. So, now let us come back to Unity now, and in Unity see that the playback of the game is stopped. Now, I will come to project. Now, in the scripts folder, I will right click and I am going to create a new C# script, and I am going to call this as scoresr. So, now see, I can attach, wait for the script to compile, it has now compiled. Now, I can attach this script to any of the object on the scene. I can attach it to floor, I can attach it to wall. Now, when you are attaching the scripts, please use the logic where it is most suitable. For example, if you want to maintain the score, I cannot put this scoresr script on the walls, because for every wall or every object I need that score to be maintained. So, instead of that, score is maintained by the player. So, whenever the player moves and hits something, I want the score to change. So, the best place to attach this scoresr script is the player. So, I will drag this scoresr script and I am going to attach it to the player. So, once I attach it to the player, in the player list you can see the score script attached to the player. So, now it is attached to the player, you can see it is attached. Now, I will go to file, choose save, then I will double click scoresr to open it in Visual Studio Code. This is our third script. We created a mover script for animation, we created object hit to change the color of the walls when it is hit by the player, and the third is to maintain the scores. And in this, again, in this entire scoresr, I does not want any of this start or update method. I will select all these things and I will delete it. I will remove it. Now, here again we are going to call the callback function OncollisionEnter. So, I will type oncol and immediately you can see you will get the prompt. Click on the prompt. So, it will automatically add you the code block. I am going to select this open curly braces and I will put it in the next line, and between these two curly braces I have to put my code, and I will press tab to maintain the decorum of this, to maintain the format of this script, of the C# script. And here now whenever this goes and hits when the player goes and hits any of the object, I want a message in my screen. For that, how to print the message to the console? We use debug.log, and in open close parenthesis in inverted comma you have, I will type, you have bumped into the walls, or I will mention it as number of times you have hit the wall is, I will put a colon, and then I need the number to increase 1, 2, 3 like this. So, I have right now added this debug.log and I have printed this. Now, I will go to file, choose save, and after I save it, I will now come back to Unity, and there is one error. If I come to console, again see I have forgotten to put the semicolon. So, I will put semicolon, save it. Now, come back to Unity, and now the script is compiling, and once the script has compiled, now see I have attached this to the player, and now if I start playing the game, now what happens is, as I move it even before I start the game, one second, see I hit the wall, see even before I start the game it is showing this message. See, as soon as I play the game, immediately it shows this number. The reason for this is because our player is actually touching the floor, and because of that, as soon as I started it is but however for the floor I doesn't want this to work, or what temporarily what I will do is I will select this player and I will move it along y by 0.2 slightly above. I will save this and I will clear this. Now, I will play and check whether I get the message. Now, I am not getting the message. I am slightly above the floor now. Okay. So, now if I go and I will play the game, if I go and hit it, see you are seeing number of times you have hit the wall is, and I will again move back, I will hit the left, you got it second time, and again I will move it back, I will move it to the right, I will hit it. Now, only thing is the message is shown, but I am not getting this number. How to maintain the score? Well, it is by declaring a variable. So, I will stop the playback here. I will come back to my script, and first what I am going to do is, so now to maintain how many times I have hit the walls, I am going to create a variable, and the type of variable I am creating is int space. I am going to call this as hits, where h is small letter. So, remember variable should always start with small letter, and I am going to set its initial value to 0 and I will end it with semicolon. And now, every time when a collision happens, now what I have to do is, I will bring this debug.log line down, and above this I am now going to make this hits equal to hits whatever its original value is plus 1 semicolon. So, I am going to increase, if hit is 0, when it collides it becomes 1, then next time when it collides 1 plus 1 it becomes 2, like this it is incremented 1 number. Now, instead of writing this long statement like this, the best shortest way to write this statement is hits variable name, put plus plus and end it with semicolon. This is the short way of incrementing a variable by one value. Okay. Now, I will go to file and save this, and finally here what I am going to do is, in debug.log I have this line and after this line I will add plus and I am going to type the variable hits. Now if I go to file, save this, now I will come back to Unity. Let us check whether there is any error. There is no error. I will clear this. Now as I start the playback, when I start the playback, now I move the player, and as he hits once, see, you are seeing number of time you hit the wall is 1. I will move it down and hit again, now it is 2. I will hit again, it became 3. Now I will come and hit again, it became 4. So like this, for every hit the number is increasing. Okay. So now I will stop the playback. Now I want to give you another challenge. The challenge is, I want you to create one more obstacle just in front of the player. That is, if I come to the scene view here and if I see from the top view, here somewhere I need you to place one more obstacle. Try to place it by yourself. Let us see. Okay. If you have successfully placed the obstacle, very good. If not, see the process. So for this, let us select any one of these walls. Say for example, I select this wall top and I am going to press Ctrl D to duplicate it. I will press F2 and I am going to call this as obstacle 1. And now this is already applied with the script object hit. Now I will drag it to that is the axis. This axis is Z axis. So I will move it along the Z axis like this. So I will move it to around approximately 7, and only thing is I want to change its scale. So now I want to set its x value to around 1, or 1 is fine I think, and z value also I will set it to 1, and I will set x value to 2. I will make it slightly wider. So now I have one obstacle placed in front of the player. So you can see here, I will press Alt left click, rotate and see. So I have an obstacle placed here. So let the obstacle be of the same color. Now for this, all the scripts are already applied. So now I will go to file, choose save, clear this console. Now if I play the game, I am now going to play the game. So when I play the game now, see the game is running, I will move forward. So I have to avoid this obstacle. So instead of avoiding it, if I touch it, see immediately you got it turned red and it shows that you have hit the obstacle one time. So if I move forward and hit it, I have hit it 2 times. I have hit it 3 times. So now we have added one extra obstacle, and we have also learned how to maintain the score of this, or the number of hits, the value of this number of hits. So I will stop the playback. So with this, we are going to conclude this session, and in our next session, say when you are playing this game, sometimes we need a timer. We need the user to complete this game within 10 seconds, within 20 seconds. How to incorporate this timer? We are going to use a function called as time.time, and this we are going to explore it in our next session. Thank you.